Alright, there we go. Sorry guys, that was a little bit of a mess there. For some reason, all my previous capture regions weren't working. And now every time I alt-tab, this happens. So I'm not the biggest fan of that. Not exactly sure what's going on with that, but it's going to have to do for now. Anyway guys, welcome to the stream. So, I have made a change in how I want to be doing things, and we'll sort of go over that as we play, but I'm essentially going to be streaming rather than recording off stream, and then just chopping the episodes and bringing them over to YouTube. And I think that that's going to reduce my workload as well as get me back on Twitch, because I keep saying and I keep thinking that I respect Twitch and the way that they treat their creators, and YouTube has been sort of going in the opposite direction. So to me, I feel as though I want to, you know, dedicate a little bit of more time to Twitch, because in my opinion, they deserve it. Anyway, let's go ahead and get some things done. So we're going to be streaming for about 3 hours, and what I would like to do is probably get some of these things just done and dealt with. We'll go with this first, why not? This is going to help us unlock the esthetician. Yeah, I sort of made the decision, like, kind of randomly. I was thinking about it last night, and then I was thinking more and thinking more, and I actually just couldn't fall asleep because I was just really unsure about what I am trying to accomplish here. Like, it's not that I'm unsure of what I'm trying to accomplish, but it's how am I going to do it, you know? So I had mentioned that I had been given some extra time off work for the next couple months, which in response to that, I was going to try to work a little harder on actually, you know, producing content at a more steady rate and actually be able to make some progress in a bunch of these different games that I'm trying to do. So I think this way might actually be the best way to do it. Because what I was doing before was, let's say, like, if I wasn't going to stream today, if I was going to go based on my normal routine, it was going to be get up, record a 1 hour long Final Fantasy episode, and then record 1 episode of XCOM and 1 episode of Civ. Or record, like, 3 episodes of XCOM, and then tomorrow do the Final Fantasy, and then 3 episodes of Civ, or something like that. And that way seems reasonable. But what happens is I get to play Civ for like an hour and a half, or XCOM for like an hour and a half, and then I don't play it again until next week, right? And it only leaves me with 3 episodes a week. So if I do it this way, I can play for 3 hours a day, and where am I supposed to go here? Is it up on the Husting Strip? Yeah, Alchemist Guild. I can play for 3 hours a day, and then make some actual progress within that time, and then come back at it next week and do it again. I just think that that's going to be a little bit better for me. One thing I really wish wouldn't happen, though, would be if I were to, like, click off screen like this, and then if I come back, it ends up doing this black screen thing, which I really dislike. I wonder if that's got something to do with... Let's go borderless window. I bet you that would be better. Actually, I bet you that's why things weren't working before. If I come back here... Hey, there we go. Alright. I don't know why I was in full screen mode. I should have been in borderless window the whole time. But, whatever. Alright, we finally got this alchemist thing dealt with. It's just sitting on my quest log, you know, so I want to get rid of it. Aleport, we will be back there, so we're not going to do that. But I guess we will have to... You know what? We're going to leave them completed. And we're going to run over here. And since we're here, we are going to be able to then turn in whatever's there. Hey, what's up, Luna? I am streaming indeed. I've been watching some other YouTubers and just sort of seeing what they do and trying to, you know, pull different bits from everybody's strategy that I watch. And I think that one that I haven't attempted myself, at least not yet, was streaming and then just bringing the episodes over to YouTube that way. It's kind of like double dipping, right? Which I don't feel bad about. A lot of people actually do that, and I think it's a valid way to do it. This way I get to be on Twitch, I can do some live interaction with people, which is a lot of fun. I can try to help build up my Twitch channel, but then also I can then move the stuff over to YouTube and, you know, try to make people happy over there as well. And given my current situation with my hours and all that, I think that it'll work pretty well. The only hope is that the streaming part of it actually holds up. Because last time I was streaming a lot when I was doing iRacing, I was having some problems with streaming, but I may have fixed all that anyway, so. Cool, I'm glad that you like that idea. I mean, at the very worst, you can pop in for 5 minutes, say hi, chat a little bit, and then go do whatever, and catch up on whatever you missed on the YouTube channel, you know, if you want to catch up. And then when I'm playing games like Civ or like XCOM, or anything that requires any sort of thought, then I can take a second to like ask chat and stuff like that, and it seems like a good idea, so. The only difference is when we're talking about streaming as opposed to recording off stream, is that when you're streaming, you're sort of locked in your chair, right? And that's the sort of thing that I was initially trying to avoid, because, oh, just watch this cutscene, whatever. But, nice job, dude. One thing for me is that when I'm gaming, I like to have the opportunity to like get up from my desk and go to the washroom and go make a coffee and go pet the dog, and you know, usually that ends up with me like on the couch cuddling with the dog for 5 minutes, and I can't leave the stream up while I'm doing that kind of thing. So, sorry, I'm impatient. I keep trying to skip this cutscene, but it's actually funny enough to the point where it's worth at least looking at. Oh, you missed my hair. And that's basically like his summoning stone, so I can now summon him whenever I want. But yeah, so I'm just gonna have to get a little bit more used to the idea of like, you know, being glued to my chair for 3 hours. So in regards to that, I've got my coffee already made, and I've even got a secondary drink ready to go for when I'm done my coffee. How about that? We are prepared. Alright, what's next? Right, we have to go see Baderon. Wait, we already did that, so now we have to go to Gridania. Sound settings, put on the music when I alt-tab, so then that way it's not so harsh on your ears. Not that I plan on alt-tabbing a whole bunch, but it's been a while since I've streamed, so I'm still getting things set up the way I like it. what just happened? Oh, I hit level 20. So at level 20 you get to unlock some roll skills. Or I guess I unlocked one. Convalescence is a very big one. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It seems like a lot of the big tanking abilities, you actually get them pretty early, so you don't have to wait forever to get the abilities that are important. Like at this point I have everything I need in order to tank. We are not attuned to Ben Branch, really. Alright then. Well, let's go ahead and attune. This is a crystal we're going to be using very often. We'll just run straight there, right through the tree. You don't have to go around them. Should be able to make it from here. Hopefully. At the very least, I guess I'll have to come around here. So, the part of the main story that we're at right now actually has us going through a bit of a gauntlet of dungeons. It's basically like the tutorial trio of dungeons. The first 3 that you do, they throw them at you sort of one after another. Oh, cool. Do we still have the other one? Oh my god, alright. So, I haven't even seen this. So the Free Company just bought a new house in Shirogane. I will definitely check it out. If there's any sort of wait in the queue, then I'll be checking that out. So you want to be a jockey. What is this? Oh, this is the one that you have to do for chocobo racing. Okay. G, M, or F? Let's go with M. I don't know. You can now possess a fledgling chocobo registration form. This document grants you sole ownership of a newly hatched chocobo bred specially to race. Until its maiden race, your fledgling will be trained and cared for by the chocobo keeps at Moogle's Gift Mounts in Ben Branch Meadows. Okay, so we have to officially name it here. I thought this was like a level 35 thing. Do I have to do more about that here? Or did I just finish that quest? Where does it have me going? At the Gold Saucer. Yeah, well, we're gonna do that a little bit later then. We're gonna go start the queue for the next dungeon. And then we'll clean up some of this extra stuff. I thought that was a much higher level. I wonder when they changed that. Because I don't even have a chocobo. But that's kind of funny that in the last episode I recorded for Final Fantasy, I showed off the, or was it the last one? I don't know, one of the last couple episodes I showed off the Free Company house, but now we have a new one. And it's in the new area. Damn it. There we go. So let's hop in the queue for that. Alright, first things first, let's check out the house. Well, there you go. Alright, we're gonna check it out after the dungeon. This one is definitely my favorite out of the three initial ones. It's just very linear, very simple. So we're basically just throwing one overpower out at the mob to make sure it hits everybody, and then just rotate through each different one, using one combo against each of them, basically. There's no direct formula, but it's all about just making sure that you're not going to lose threat on anyone. Oh, I see you. So this guy didn't get collected by my overpower, so I'm just going to focus hitting him a few times. Make sure he's reeled in terms of threat, and then the rest will go towards the beetle. Simple as that. In fact, I should be eating food, by the way. You guys should always be eating food before you go into a dungeon. Basically at all times. I mean, you're always giving up 3% experience when you don't need to be. Alright, we're going to pull this guy in. Get him gathered up in the overpower. I actually missed him, so now I'm going to focus him down. I'm going to use Berserk. And this red mage seems to be doing an insane amount of damage. At least I think it's the red mage. So that's always good. The red mage has got some real good AoE early on. Which is especially good against these weaker style enemies. I should be using Maim against this guy, and I forgot. That's my fault. Should have used it much earlier. There we go. Now, we're not going to get any loot. Like, there's not going to be any loot in here that's going to be good enough to take over our bread here. Which is a little sad. Oh. Come here. We'll do all three of them. We will use Berserk and Rampart. Oh my, holy shit, this damage is insane. Whoop, I stood right back into that. Be the Bard as well, doing a lot of damage. I can't really tell. I'm gonna maim this guy because I think I'm gonna be hitting him for the rest of the encounter. We might get enough damage out of it. No, probably not, because the rest of our damage is so damn good that I can't even keep the enemies alive long enough to get the benefit of maim. Hey, what's up, man? You're probably right. The thing is, like, look at my inventory already, you know? Like, it's pretty nuts, but that's a me problem. You are right. I could definitely get some Grand Company seals for those. Good to see you again, by the way. You guys are awesome. I haven't streamed in, what, like 2 or 3 months at least? Probably longer. You guys are still sticking around. I appreciate that. Alright, let's get Berserk up. I did maim him. I've also, like, lost threat. He's bouncing between everybody right now. I think probably because I maimed him first. And maim itself doesn't actually give much enmity. So that was probably what happened there. Holy shit, my health got real low there. Alright, we'll listen to you. You are right, we're leaving up seals. And we got it. Now, those seals we can't actually get until we choose a Grand Company, so we're just going to be holding on to that gear for now. Take this guy down by himself. I think I hit him. Can't tell. things are going nice and smooth. Damn it. I was talking about these types of enemies in the last dungeon. If you get any ranged enemies, they don't like to clump up as much as the melee ones do. So it's a little tougher to hit them all with your overpower. The only way to do it is to either start with them, which is not a bad idea anyway because they're ranged and they tend to not have a lot of armor, so they tend to die pretty quickly. So you just run up on them and fight where they are. But if there's two of them, then the other one won't come to you either. The only way to clump them up is to get out of their line of sight. And this area doesn't really present much of an opportunity to do that, so the final option is to just deal with it. And that's what you gotta do every once in a while. Okay, so we're getting close to the end already. That's another reason why I enjoy this dungeon, is because it's nice and short. So here's the ranged dude, we'll pull him over here. I waited too long to get my overpower off. Now, the next pull is actually probably the most difficult pull in the whole dungeon, and it's only because there's 4 enemies instead of just 3. And if the healer has a tendency of letting you get really low and they don't know there's going to be a big damage coming in here, you could have a bit of an issue with that. So, whoop, there we go. So we're going to use our defensive cooldown and our convalescence as well, just to help out with that. But with our red mage and our bard doing very good AoE damage, everything dies incredibly fast. This. We could just fight all of these guys at once, but they're all very weak. So all the AoE stuff we've been doing, it's good enough to take them all down. I'll put 2 overpowers into them, and then I'll just come over and kill this guy. The red mage and the bard should take care of the rest. And there it is. Now this guy. So we're gonna main. Whoop. I screwed that up, never mind. Oh wait, no I didn't. I did maim him. But yeah, see, every time I start with maim, I tend to lose threat. Yeah, man, they are. The samurai's AoE ability is really strong too. I really like the samurai. I haven't played it nearly as much as I want to. And the red mage as well. I wish you can get them at level 15. It seems a little shitty that you have to wait all the way up until basically endgame before you can get them. Well, I guess not endgame, but pretty damn far anyway. This is a good healer hat. And this boss, pretty simple. It introduces multiple adds to the fight. So we just have to keep our eyes open. And those are the ones that need to die. I think our party understands that. Alright, why am I losing so much threat? Holy shit. Alright. Having trouble holding threat here. We're gonna use Rampart and Convalescence just to make things a little easier on our team. Pull this guy over here. Couple overpowers. And then back to the boss. We'll maim him again. Yeah, you can't stun him out of that AoE. I missed one of them, and I've decided to just ignore him. Yeah, there. Our DPS took care of it anyway. And here comes the limit break. GGG team. Probably should have given that to the red mage there, but that's okay. Hey, we got 2 commendations. We're happy with that.